All right, on the phone right now, we have a very talented artist. He was born in White Bluff, Tennessee. He is the father of Waylon and Stella. He will be at the Capitol Theater this Saturday. He is on the sold-out Dangerous Tour with Morgan Wallen. He has been an electrician. He has been a radio promoter. He's just been the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Fleet.
Yeah. Wow. That was quite the intro. I want to hire you to follow me around.
Man, listen, this is what we do. We welcome artists with open arms, and we roll out the red carpet. But first of all, I'm sorry that you couldn't get on a better tour.
I know. Yeah. It was last minute, just something to get on, but it's been pretty cool, I tell you, to go from playing literally little bitty bars and then all of a sudden you're on a sold-out arena tour. It's pretty different,
Well, the last couple of years have kind of come pretty quick for you. I saw some highlights on your Instagram as well, like playing the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, that had to be mind-blowing. I had a question about that, though. Obviously it's an iconic place. You're kind of in the moment. You're kind of soaking it all in. But from a performance standpoint, since it's such a historic building, and, I think it's been updated a couple times as far as, like, the acoustics and whatnot, but were you surprised at all about how it sounded when you sang inside there, besides the nostalgia of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have the Ryman, which was where the original Grand Ole Opry,
right.
Pretty much is there. I played that when I was like 6 or 7 years old, have a bluegrass band, and we got to play there. So kind of got into it there, but then to go and actually play where it's me singing and doing my thing at the Grand Ole Opry, it was, the acoustics are awesome.
Yeah.
People are great. They're fired up to be there.
Yeah.
And, it's a great atmosphere. It's a great experience. And if you're a country music singer, that's kind of like the pinnacle. That's where you want to get to is I want to play the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, I always like to ask about those theaters because I know, it's obviously a huge honor to do it, but they also like to preserve, the original build, the building and all that. So I always like to ask if nowadays with all the high-tech theaters, if it still is a cool place to perform.
Yeah, it's a special place for sure. With the original circle from where, the Ryman,
right,
to get out and put it in there. That was that was kind of cool. We kind of brought it back like it used to be done,
So, Larry, the first time I actually met you was down in about 2018. You were down in Vero Beach hanging out with Jake, and Hardy was down there. Jake actually kind of helped you start your whole career or get your foot in the door, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about how that happened?
It was, I've been playing, like I said before, I played the Ryman when I was 6 or 7, but I happened to play a little private party one night right outside of Nashville, and Jake Owen walks in and seen me, and I was like, man, what's your deal? Like, who you signed with? I was like, I pour concrete for a living. I'm not signed with anybody. And long story short, you need to quit your job and try to do this. And I said, well, take me on the road with you, and I'll quit my job, and we'll see.
Wow.
And sure enough, the next day he called me and said, hey, we're going to Florida. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so he got me here,
That's a good dude right there. We're talking to Larry Fleet right now. We're going to be at the Capitol Theater tomorrow night in Clearwater. His single, Where I Find God, has been viewed over 21 million times on YouTube. The music video for that has 32 million on-demand streams. Larry, let's talk about now we scaled up to this tour with Morgan Wallen. What has been the difference for you on that stage? You get out there, you see that sea of people. Have you had to change your style at all of how you present yourself to that big of a crowd versus a theater?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's a totally different thing. Whenever I'm in a theater, it's way more intimate, you know. And so I've never actually, until I get to the Dangerous Tour with Morgan, I've never set my guitar down and walked on a stage holding a microphone. I'm a musician, I play my guitar. And they told me, said, hey, man, you're going on this, arena tour. You're going to have to, you got a huge stage. You're going to have to work that thing, and you're probably going to have to, kind of walk around a little bit. And I was like, oh, God. And so I'm nervous, And my first show to ever put my guitar down was Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay. Yeah, let's just throw you right into the fire here.
I walk out, and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do with my hands, And, I would walk by the people, and I pretty much power walked for 30 minutes. I never stopped. I just walked around. And after the show, the president of our label was talking to me, and he was like, hey, tomorrow night when you go out, walk over when these people start screaming, just stop by them, And and let them kind of take a picture. So the next night I go out, I'm walking over here and I stop. People start screaming. Well, I'm awkward and I freak out and I take off pretty much, just run to the other side of the stage. And that's been
run away from the fans.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I'm not, I don't know. It's a weird feeling for me. It's very awkward. And so that's been a huge thing is that I wasn't used to, but now it's becoming more natural and people like it. And people pay a lot of money to come to this show. I mean, it's very expensive to get these tickets. So
it's the hottest ticket in the country. Of any genre. It's the hottest ticket in the country.
So I want to give them, at least my part, I want to give them their money's worth. I want to try to make them have a good time and be like, man, this was worth my money, So I'm trying to give them the best show that I can give them. And I think about it like that now, and so it's a whole different experience from being in the theater to an arena.
Yeah, man, if you weren't nervous, that would be weird. So the fact that you are nervous and coming into it, I'm sure you were freaked out when you stood in the circle of the Opry, then you went to your first theater, and then now you're at these arena tours. That's you're going the right way, and I think the fact that you are nervous is a good sign. And by the way, you got to walk around and show off this beard of yours. This thing is money.
Well, I got that oil in there, so whenever that light hits it starts to sparkle.
Yeah, let's not let that go to waste, Larry.
Diamond dust up in this thing,
Well, we're talking to Larry Fleet right now. He is going to be at the Capitol Theater in Clearwater tomorrow night. Hey, Larry, we are rooting for you. Please give our best wishes to your wife, Phoebe, and your kids, Waylon and Stella. They're absolutely beautiful. We've seen them on your Instagram. I'm sure they are very proud of their dad, and we are rooting for you. And congratulations on everything, man.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all taking the time to talk to me.
All right. Be well, my friend.
Hi, Larry.
All right. See y'all.